Hey, Viking fans, I got 5 positive things and 5 negative things to take away from the Minnesota Vikings debacle on Monday night against the Eagles. Listen to this next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull Brothers and Sisters. This is Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. I want to hear what you got to think. I just want to listen to you, man. Tell me what you think. Let's get going. I want to hear what you take away from this game. Give me negatives, give me positives. I always reply to my listeners. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get ready for the next game against the Lions. But before we do, we'll get ready for them on Wednesday. But today, we're going to talk about 5 positives, 5 negatives that I took away from the game. Now, obviously, in a loss like this, it's pretty easy to jump down the team's throat, say they're done for the year. Oh my God, that's not what you thought about them after last week. That was not what you thought about them in the offseason. Even the worst pundits of the Vikings were saying that they at least win 9 games. And then even Purple Daily had them all 10 wins or more. So, hey, it's week 2. I predicted 12-5 season. When I did that prediction, 12-5, I had picked the Eagles, us losing to the Eagles on the road. And I've said the 2 hardest games outside of the Packers on the road would be the Bills on the road and the Eagles on the road. So those were the 3 games that I picked us to lose. 3 of the 5 games I picked us to lose. I did feel better about this last game, and I did have us winning. But, hey, Phillies tricked me, man. They did let off the gas on the defense in the second half, let the Lions back into the game. Lions look better than what we anticipated, so they're going to be a tough foe. So that those things combined, the Lions being better than I expected, and the Eagles taking the foot off the gas on defense the second half of last week's game, led us to a little overconfidence, I think. Jalen Hurts, we underestimated as a defense. He was much better as a passer than we anticipated. I am guilty of that. I said he was a one read or run quarterback. Now, he can be that at times, but the Lions game, I admit, and I was openly on the air corrected, and I agreed with it that he was didn't have time to do that against the Lions. They rushed up the middle. He ran around the corner. He had to run 17 times. Now, I did have a prediction if we kept him to 50 yards. He had like 57 yards rushing, and their receiver, A.J. Brown, was under 100. He only had like 67, 69 yards, that we'd win this game. Well, we gave up 50 and some change yards to Jalen on the ground, and we kept A.J. Brown well under 100, but he found other people. He was a complete quarterback tonight. Even though my predictions came true, he was such an all-around quarterback that he made the game happen. He won it in the first half. He didn't really need to do much in the second half because the Vikings kept shooting themselves in the foot. Now let's get talking about the 5 positives, the 5 negatives of this game. Let's start with the negatives. Defense started out flat. It was a bad strategy. They were playing just catch out there on us. It was just a bad strategy. Put the game not out of reach, but hey, it didn't help any. Now, that combined with bad drops. Now there was only a couple. Thielen had one bounce off his chest and almost picked late in the game, but that didn't matter. Game was out of reach already. But the bad drop by Smith Jr., just like the bad drop last week with Watson, could have changed the game. This was a drop touchdown, much like Watson, Irv Smith Jr. could have scored a touchdown on that game. Now, he played well later in the game, but that drop would have brought us from 21-7 to 21-14, and it could have ended that way at the half with us having the ball. Now, Kirk Cousins goes down, tries to do too much, throws an interception. Bad, it could have been a broken, bad route by Justin Jefferson, which he bailed on, but Slay could have made the play anyways. He made Justin Jefferson quit on that route, but you still got to act like a defender and try to break up the pass. However, and Thielen was talking to him on the sideline about that. So instead, if we go into that drive 21-14 instead of 24-7, Kirk Cousins maybe doesn't make that throw. We settle for a field goal and we're down 21-17 instead. So we had every opportunity to come back in that game, but Cousins threw picks and made bad decisions. He threw two really bad picks. That the first one, Justin Jefferson gave up on the route, it looked like. Although I do give credit, he could have still probably made that throw or made that interception regardless. He played that so well that Justin Jefferson just gave up on that route. Maybe he wasn't expecting to get the ball. I don't know. And then there was and I'll get to a couple other things, but that bad drop by Irv Smith Jr. took the wind out of our sails. Not that we had them, but we were 14-7. We went down 21-7. We could have been back 21-14. It didn't happen. We call a timeout, give them an extra timeout. They get down in field goal range, kick a field goal. Now we're down 24-7 instead of 21-14. Big momentum shift. Kirk Cousins trying to make plays through bad balls. That's true. We had every opportunity to come back. Even at 24-7, we still had an opportunity to come back because they did not score the rest of the half. We got in the red zone and we threw two picks. Throw the first pick and then the two in the red zone picks. That's 21 points. That's 28-24. They didn't score again, right? So, hey, we had every opportunity to come back. That's on Cousins. Second half was definitely on Cousins. Maybe trying to do too much. Normally he maybe doesn't risk those passes. That last fade pattern to Justin Jefferson was a bad throw. The second interception, he tried to force it to Thielen. He not only did he threw it behind Thielen. Even if Thielen was open, he was gonna throw it behind him. Heck, Justin Jefferson up closer was a little bit more open than Adam Thielen was. Maybe there just wasn't enough separation on the two routes that Cousins threw I don't know. They got to fix that. There wasn't much separation. The routes were too close together. But Cousins threw that ball bad. He threw it behind Thielen. It wasn't going to make the catch no matter what. He needs to throw it where only Thielen can catch it, but he threw it where the defender could catch it just fine. Kirk Cousins was our leading rusher. 2 carries for 20 yards. 6 carries for Cook. He had like 17 yards. That can't happen. 11 carries, 9 of them planned by a running back. Cousins ran for 2 others on, 9 carries? 9? My game plan was, hey, Cook is going to dominate this game because they gave up 180 yards on the ground last week. Let's give Cook the ball. It didn't happen. Sure, you can say, hey, we need to throw the ball, but yeah, why didn't we run the ball when we're down 14-7? Why didn't just a lot of things, a lot of questions, man, a lot of questions of why in a game we only run 11 times, 9 of them planned. Number 5, I said blown opportunities. Yeah, every time we threw a pick, opportunities. Now, I meant to also say So that's the 5 negatives. Defense started flat, bad drops. Kirk Cousins trying to make plays through bad balls. Kirk Cousins was our leading rusher. We needed to run the ball more than we did. Blown opportunities, but I didn't say is, God, the play calling with all the screen passes, man. All the freaking screen passes. They weren't there. Now, keep mind you, I wanted to talk about this. There was a screen play that looked like it had an out if it wasn't there to Justin Jefferson running a wheel route on the opposite side, but Cousins didn't look at him at all. Makes me think that was just a design play, and then he wasn't even thinking that there would be an outlet behind him, that he would probably spike it in the ground. So the play calling on all those freaking screen plays. Now the positive takeaways, end on a positive. Pick by Jordan Hicks. Pick by Jordan Hicks. That was great. Brought us down to the 9. Yeah, we screwed that away. We were a really good red zone offense last year. We blew it every time this year. Block kick by Peterson. Awesome. Again, not giving up. Making a play. We get it down to the 20. How does a punter run down our cornerback who is supposedly fast? They say, all his teammates say how fast he is. And he gets run down by the holder. We started moving the ball in the second half. Again, that's a positive. We put ourselves in opportunities. Sure, the pick, but we moved the ball a couple of times. Not that we looked great, but we started moving the ball. We got more yards, obviously, in the second half than we did in the first, but not that much more. I did like that we did not give up on the run that first drive. Cook had a run or two, but that pick, again, Kirk trying to do too much because we're down 24-7 instead of 21-14. I think maybe he plays more conservative on that. We settle for a field goal. But, yeah. We didn't quit. Kept trying to score. Yep, we kept attacking at the end. I don't like the attacking that we threw screen passes, but we did try to throw the ball downfield too. So, and I think the screen passes were try to negate any rush against Kirk Cousins. But hey, it didn't work at all, man. I don't know what the scouting was, but they did a better job of it than we did. Didn't give up points the second half, which is 100% true. We didn't let them score the second half. I take that away as a positive every day. Jalen Hurts had 1 touchdown pass. All right, he had 1 touchdown pass. It was a long one, blown play. He threw 1 pick. We kept him at 50 yards rushing, but they had 108. I think they had 180 as a team, 160. So we need to. The changes we need to make is we need to stop the run in the future. Sure, yeah, they passed 300 yards on us, but there's no reason why this defense needs to give up 160 yards on the ground. They gave up over 100 last week. They gave up well over 100 this week. I want a game, and giving up 100, not a big deal, but 160, 90 to a running back, 50 to a quarterback. The chunk yardage, it's not like they're getting 30 carries and 4 yards a pop. It's a big number, and we need to eliminate that. So hey, those are my 5 positives. Picked by Jordan, blocked by Peterson. Moved the ball the second half. Not enough, though, right? We didn't quit. We kept trying to score. We did. We kept attacking. Kirk threw risky passes, but were bad passes. Didn't give up points the second half. Those are positives. Be that it may, Vikings need to rebound this week. And what better place to do it than US Bank Stadium against the Lions? We can win this, guys. Let's put it together. Come on, Skol Vikings. See you next time. Hey, but before you go, You haven't hit like yet, you haven't hit subscribe, and you haven't hit comment, do that. I want to hear from you. I'll reply to your comments, man. Tell me what you think. Let's go. Skol Vikings. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Skol Vikes.